Peace and greetings, soul family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on into Planet Remix Radio. I am your host, of course, Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. And I want to say welcome on in, everyone, on this full moon, this beautiful full moon energy. And even though the full moon is not officially until February the 24th for most of the world, I know that we are feeling this energy. Because when a full moon comes in, we usually can feel it 3 to 4 days out, sometimes even 5 to 7 days before or 5 to 7 days after. So, oh my goodness. When I tell you, I am feeling this full moon in such a very, very big way. But welcome on in. It's so good to have everyone here joining us live on Planet Remix. I wanted to come on for a minute, a couple of things to talk about. But first of all, I just want to welcome everyone on in. So welcome on in. The Blue Room is open. The phone lines are open. 515-605-9794 is the number to call. And yeah. 515-605-9794 is the number to call. You're going to press 1. Once you get on the phone lines, that's going to let me know and let the system know that you want to speak with me. First of all, we absolutely cannot start kicking off this show without ringing the bell. Ringing the bell. Can you all hear the bell? Can you hear the bell? Ringing the bell for self-invested and for everyone who is self-invested, because tonight we had our meet and greet. Our meet and greet tonight. So I want to say congratulations to everyone who's a part of the frequency it was an activation, but the frequency expansion course, the 6-week course that we kicked off. So I want to ring the bell again. I don't know if you all heard the bell. Can you hear the bell? Can you hear the bell? And let me tell you, I had some full moon stories to tell you about that. We had some technical difficulties sort of kind of getting things off. But everything went off with, we were able to push through it. And it was important that we did. I do want to say thank you to everyone. It was another sellout. It was a sellout, and a couple of more people were able to, they've been doing their work so well. They got in even after the course sold out. So I'm forever grateful for that. The first class is going to be going down next week on Tuesday. So if you weren't able to make the meet and greet, no worries. I got you. You will be able to get all of the information and everything that you need. That is going to allow you to be successful in the 6 weeks course. But I'm excited. Got some real powerhouses in the building that's going to be in the class. And I'm telling you, oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. I am super, super excited. Lots of priestess in the class, lots of you who have been in a lot of the activation classes that I've done before. A lot of new people in the class as well. So happy to see that. And a lot of first timers. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the work that they're going to be doing. And I'm just excited for all of us. Yeah, yeah. The Virgo full moon. Remember when I told you guys, you're going to know exactly what area of your life to take a look at. What is not working? What things are not working? And I got the message loud and clear about what is not working. What is not working? No worries, Miss Little. I know you're in the class, and we do have international listeners that is in the class. And guess what? Uh, we have international listeners that are in the class from all over the world. So I recognize that challenge, but don't worry. When the class starts, you will have access to the replay and everything that entails if you're not able to make the class live. So, wow. Welcome on in, Soul Family. I see all the stars are in the building. How are you all feeling? I mean, have you taken a pulse? Because remember, we talked about this Virgo full moon and the energy that's being presented to us at this particular time. I spoke about it. I don't know what that was. I spoke about it last show. Oh, I know what it is. My bad. My bad. My bad, you guys. I spoke about it last show, but we will get an opportunity um, to talk about it a little bit more here because a lot of things are being revealed to you at this particular time. We're starting to get sort of some insight on it, which is really, really good. It is definitely that time. I sent the text message out earlier this week. If you're on the text line, then you know. And I talked about, boy, was this prophecy. I said, we are going through a glitch and systems are changing. And it's a material reset. And that is absolutely positively what we are going through. And I can't remember what day I sent that message. That was yesterday. That was on Thursday for those of us in the West. I sent that message that we are going through a material reset. And so all across the world, people were having issues with their electronics, because of the solar flares. This is why so many of you are having downloads at this particular time. You're having downloads upon downloads, and it may be sparking sort of that creativity. It may be sparking sort of that inspiration, or you may just feel this calling inside of you to shift, to change some things around, to do something different. On the other hand, it may be calling you, like we talked about, to maybe want to do some feng shui, maybe get things in order and clean up. You think about those things because this area of your life is where I want you to think of it this way. This is where the divine wants to bless you. But first, Virgo full moon, with this energy of Saturn and Pluto and Mars and Venus coming together, you have to clean up certain areas of your life. And it's going to be some doors that you're going to have to close before you can sort of take advantage of these things that you want to move yourself into. So, in a way, like I tell you guys that I'm going to be sort of kind of pushing you a little bit and calling you out, this is kind of what's happening. And I will be the first to raise my hand. I got called out tonight because what happened on the call, and I'm not going to go into all the details, let me know it was some things that just was not going right. And even though I have been working off and on all day, really, really understanding about what was going on with the Zoom system, and still had the same issue. Still had the same issue. And I said, I got it. I absolutely got it there. So I hope that you all are staying open because this is really our opportunity to really shift timelines, to really make this quantum leap in a very big way. And it's not anything drastic. I'm not picking that up or anything really, really to the left, but these are just little things we need to tweak, little things that we need to maybe readjust, or maybe being open to doing a total change. No matter how uncomfortable it may feel in the beginning, no matter how much outside of our comfort zone we may feel at the beginning, like many of you who signed up for the course, it may be a part of that that sort of makes you feel like you're sort of out of your comfort zone. You know, what's running rampant on the planet right now is the ego, you know? And so normally, I don't want to have those conversations. I always want to keep it 100% positive, but Spirit is saying, no, you have to say these things now because these things will lay the foundation for things that is to come. And if you don't say, how many people work in law? Where are my legal people at? Where are my lawyers or my paralegals or those who work in the legal field that understand the language of legal? You know, ignorance to the law is not an excuse. Like you cannot excuse yourself from spiritual laws just because you're not aware of it. And so that's kind of what we're all under right now. We're all under that so same code. Just because we don't acknowledge something within ourselves, or just because we won't say something, it doesn't excuse, it doesn't give us an excuse to not be impacted by it. So I want us to take that with us into this weekend. And then by the same token, I want you to be following your inspirations. Follow them. You get that thought to pick up the phone and call a friend. You get that thought to really say something kind or to do something different to someone. It could be a stranger. It could be as simple as, let me hold the door open. It could be as simple as you see someone in a rush and you let them go first. These kinds of things, because often we'll be presented with things that come to us in our efforts to see if we will go the extra mile to maybe not instantly get irritated because the car pushed you off, or maybe not instantly get irritated because someone calls you or does something a little different, that we have an opportunity to express from our hearts our highest and greatest good. And truly, we will be rewarded. So I want to do a check in. How's everybody feeling? How are we all doing? Shouts out to everybody in the building. I want to ring the bell again. I want to ring the bell for self-invested and the self-invested family. Shouts out to the soul family in the building. So glad that you are here. Every single one of you. We have a pivotal day that's coming up tomorrow, 24, 24, and then 24 again. So we have a 666 code again. It is the code of activation that's coming up. A lot of activation in the course of these next couple of hours. Because literally that's what it's going to be. In these next couple of hours, I promise you today, I feel like I'm being reborn again. And even though I've been reborn again, I feel reborn again. I feel kind of almost like Cinderella, that when that clock strikes and it's already struck, that I'm going through that Cinderella cycle, not figuratively. Stay with me. By tomorrow, I will be reborn. A fresh start, a new beginning. And I've been feeling this all week, but I got some confirmations here this evening. I don't know. You all tell me. How do you feel? I know for me, being on this spiritual journey, I never miss an opportunity to grow, to elevate my awareness, my consciousness, or to expand. And so I know it's still so much more for me to learn, and I'm excited about that. It's so much more for me to share, and I'm excited about that as well. But I feel the transformation. I feel it. I feel it. I see it. I could taste it even in the food I was eating for the last couple of days. It tasted different. I could even tell when I was washing my hair yesterday. It was just a different kind of feel from that. So you all let me know. Have you noticed anything, felt anything, connected with yourself in any kind of way that was something different, that let you know something different was happening, something new was happening, something inside of you? Have you felt that? Have you felt that? If you did, definitely, absolutely, let me know. I wanted to come on and just sort of check in with everyone. And that could be some of the signs as well. You could have a lack of sleep. You could have bursts of energy. Uh, you can feel positive and radiant. You can feel that. And then in some regards, you could feel like you were about to remember the show I did some years ago, What to Do When Your Back is Up Against the Wall. You could have had that situation or that moment where your back was up against the wall, but you were able to make it through that particular point. Mhm. That particular point. That particular point. Mhm. 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 So this is really, really a lot of this energy. But I have news for you. It's coming from inside. This is our DNA having that opportunity to crystallize. This is a total inside experience. Totally. Embrace it, love it, harness it, you know? Mhm. I've been having dance parties with my daughter, picking her up, jumping her around like I haven't in a long time. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? So happy for you, Obaya. So happy for you. It's going to be something very subtle, something inside. It's almost for me, I can describe it. I can't put it into words. Like it's not something my mind can describe. It's something internal. It's an internal feeling. And by no means am I saying it already happened for me. It hasn't. But I have noticed, like many of you, through signs and symbols, I've noticed that shift. Lots of dancing going on today. Lots of dancings going on. Lot of dancing. Lot of dancing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, enough about me. We didn't come on for me to talk all night. How are you all doing? How are you all feeling? I see so many of you are on the phone lines. I'm going to check in with you on the phone lines as well. And yeah, we're not going to be here for a long time. Full moon energy. It brings out strange calls. Strange things happen on a full moon. Strange, beautiful things happen on a full moon. On a full moon. I can always tell by the question, by the people who come on, the collective that sort of kind of, move that energy together because some of us feel that. I'm kind of a full moon baby. So full moons to me are like new moons. Um, I feel them a little different, but this doesn't feel like a new moon to me. It feels like a very full moon, a very full moon, very full moon. I notice things are speeding up in my world. I can tell that they're speeding up. How about you guys? Can you tell that things seem to be speeding up? But yet I look at the clock and it seems like it's not moving very fast. Like normally when I get to this energetic point and I look at the clock, usually it's about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Usually it's about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but it's not. It's only 10:30 where I am. But it feels like it's much, much later in the day. I got up this morning pretty early and, I felt like I was like, dang, did I get up late? I looked at the clock and it was 5 o'clock. It was like 5:30 when I got up this morning. So imagine that. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's because we are moving through the photon belt. We are moving through our Milky Way galaxy. And that frequency of where we're moving in the photon belt, that vibration, that frequency is spinning us a lot faster. I've been saying it for the last couple of years. NASA is going to finally come out and tell us that we are in a totally different space in the galaxy. We are not where we used to be in the galaxy. And so it's going to get a little weird. It's going to get a little weird for a minute. A lot of activity in the sky. Have you all been noticing that? Lots of these CMEs. I know the East Coast, a lot of people on the East Coast was without cell phone towers, and some people were without power. The weather patterns changing, these things happening because of these CMEs that are coming down. They're coming down into Earth's atmosphere and it's shaking things up. These ley lines are shaking things up. All of these things are shaking things up. Mm-hmm. But welcome on in. Welcome in. Welcome on in, Soul Family. Let's take a minute and do some shots out, and then I'm going to play a little bit of Baby Blue, and then we can go straight to the phone lines. I can start taking some calls. Want to give a big shout out to all the moderators. Mr. Dante in the building. Shouts out to Lola Falana. Shouts out to Brother Lance as well, who are the moderators, and shouts out to all the stars in the building on Planet Remix. Every single one of you magic making stars in the building. Good to have you in. But let's do a shout out. Where you from? Where you tuning in from? What city, what state, what country tuning in from? And welcome on into Planet Remix Radio. Okay. Okay, we got Florida in the building. Welcome on in, Ashley. Welcome on in. That's right. Hey, Chef Amira. Happy Pisces season. To all the Pisces in the building. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can talk about it. Them dreams have been crazy. We got Houston, Texas checking in. Asheville, North Carolina. So beautiful there. Tony is checking in from the Bay. Welcome on in. Thank you, Chef Amira. Likewise, peace and love. We appreciate you as well. Priestess Nadra checking in from Boston. My readers is trying to take a read on me. I'm trying to get them to get right. Focus here, focus. This blue light. Let's see. South Carolina, Sammy in the building. Welcome on in. We got Chef Steve. Her dreams have been cray. B. Joe in from New Orleans. Welcome on in. Priestess Donna Lee in the building, checking in from Toronto, Canada. Miss Mega Little checking in from the Marsh Islands. So good to see you.
Cannot be completed as dialed, or the number has been disconnected.
Mm.
Press the number and dial again. Thank you.
I love it. Absolutely. Queenie in the building, kicking it in the kitchen with Queenie, checking in from Wisconsin. We got Georgia, Gold Leaf, and Georgia in the building. Brittany Vibes checking in from Durham, North Carolina. Absolutely love it. Rita is checking in from New Jersey. All right. So good to see everybody checking in from all over. From absolutely all over, international, and those that are checking in, seen and unseen. Want to send you so much love and send you so much love. We got Brooklyn in the building. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, everyone, on in. So good to see everybody. So I'm going to play a little bit of Baby Blue. Let's check that out.
La 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 la, the remix. Hey, this is Baby Blue. And remember, if nothing else moves you, life will.
That is so true. If nothing else moves you, life will. Say it with me. If nothing else moves you, life will. If nothing else moves you, oh, life will. So good to see you all. So good to see you all, and welcome on in. We're going to get ready to go to the phone lines. And again, the call-in number 515-605-9794 is the number to call. Press 1 once you get on the phone line so that I know that you're on the phone lines and you're calling in. I am going to be jumping around, so please be ready once the phone rings. So that you can come on the phone line. Let's go to the caller calling in from area code 7132. 7132, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Okay, we're going to go to the next caller. All right, let's go to the next caller calling in from area code 6177. You are live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello, who's on the line, please?
This is Prince.
Hi, Prince. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, Ms.
I'm
Blue?
doing wonderful. Thank you. You want to tell everyone where you're calling in from?
Um, Greater Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay. Well, good to hear you from Greater Boston, Massachusetts. How can I help?
Yeah. So I kind of been wanting to ask you a follow-up question for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a sip of this beverage.
Let me give you some sparkles. Didn't I tell y'all that full moon energy? Yes. There you go. There's some sparkles. There's some sparkles.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know when you be doing these calls, you're like channeling, so you forget the conversations
It's not,
sometimes.
yeah, but it's not because I'm channeling. It's not why I forget. I forget because that's just the way my guides do. So when I am done, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done with the call.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm done with the call. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
But you can ask me your question. You can just ask me your question. That's fine.
All right. So I remember when I first spoke to you on the app Clubhouse, you had recommended the book Message to the Black Man to
Mm-hmm.
read it. And when
Mm-hmm.
I got it, you told me that the reason that you told me to read that book is because your guides were showing you that I was the same part of Malcolm X's Oversoul group, or me and Malcolm shared the same Oversoul group. And I wanted to ask you, like, what is your personal conception of that which we call the Oversoul?
My conception of it. Tell me what you mean. My personal I
Like,
don't, well, let me say this. I don't really have a personal conception of it, but I can tell you what I picked up from that statement of you being connected to Malcolm X Oversoul Group. And I'm just going to go in your records a little bit here, if that's okay with you, so I can get the details of what I really said to you, because as you're giving it back, I wouldn't have said that in that way. Maybe that's a part of what I said, but I'm sure there was more in the contents of it.
that's cool.
Okay. All right. So, your connection with Malcolm X, because initially what happened is when you were first coming to me, there was a lot of anger, there was a lot of frustration, there was a lot of pain that was there. And a lot of this pain was rooted in it was a cultural pain that you were bearing from things that you were seeing, that things were happening in your life that you felt you had no control over. And so what showed up was Malcolm X. And I don't remember exactly, but I'm getting what I can get from this, because this had to be a few years ago that this conversation was had. But I will tell you this, because I can see where you have done a lot of work on yourself. So congratulations to you for really transmuting a lot of that energy. Now, Malcolm X is someone who has come to me. I have done many channels with the dear brother Malcolm X. And I know also in readings with a lot of brothers and sisters too, that this was a lot of brothers and sisters' sort of first introduction to their awakening, a true soul awakening, just by reading that book, Message to the Black Man, the Malcolm X book. Reading that book caused a transformation inside of them, seeing his story, understanding those words. That book holds a very sacred code for a lot of people. So even as you're coming up to me right now and you're talking to me energetically, I see Malcolm X standing in the distance. When someone is connected with someone's oversoul group, it means that there are some similarities between that particular person and with you. So, similarities is number one, Malcolm X was from the African diaspora. You are from the African diaspora. Malcolm X and himself had a great love and passion for his mother and for the woman who raised him, which was, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't raised by his mother. He was raised by his sister due to some things that went on in his life and what happened. And just like you, even though you were raised by your mother, there was a lot of turmoil that was going on that you witnessed when you were growing up. And it was a lot of things that you wanted to change about your world, your environment, just like Malcolm X wanted to change a lot of things about his world and his environment. So those were the similarities that was there. So when someone is a part of their oversoul group, it doesn't mean that you're going to go on and do exactly the same thing as that person. That's not what an oversoul group is. I want you to think of an oversoul group as this. There's a particular class in high school. Let's say that there is a class and there is a chess team, and they send out a notification and they say to people, who wants to join the chess team? And all of the students that go and join the chess team and become a part of that chess team, they become an oversoul group, because you all have one thing in common, which you all go to the same high school. Some of you may have some classes together. Some of you may have some of your electives together. But then there is something that sets you apart to come outside of that, that you have a particular interest in, you have a particular connection to, something that's very different than everyone else around you. And that is that you all have an interest in playing chess. And you have an interest in a lot of things that are important to Malcolm X, that Malcolm X stood for, those things he wanted to accomplish in his life. You have a lot of similarities with that particular oversoul group. Did that help?
Yeah, it does help a
Mm-hmm.
little bit,
Mm-hmm. But
'cause the reason I brought it up.
let me
Yeah, go ahead.
preference, but I want to preference this real quick because I don't want to forget. I didn't mean to cut you off. Let me preference this.
Nah, no
Anything
problem.
that I tell you, if it doesn't sit well with you, because I hate that you held this question for over 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and never said a word. So something must be coming up for you now in order for you to say that, because I know I have, correct me if I'm wrong, spoken to you off and on prior, and you didn't bring this up. So I guess I would ask you, what sort of sparked this for you?
Yeah, you're correct about that. The the thing that sparked it was because me trying to find out why I'm here, type shit.
Mm,
Because like for me, it was like, yo, if I could gain some clarity on this oversoul concept in my own makeup, then I could be able to just narrow it down, like my own, purpose and mission, like
mm-hmm,
seeing like how impactful my oversoul hypothetically is on the purpose slash mission
mm,
I chose to
to come
come
here
down here
for.
with.
Well, it will
Yeah.
and will not impact your mission, but I'll tell you what it will give you insight, and that is with your purpose. If you think about Malcolm X and him growing up, he really started to learn and educate himself about those things that he cared deeply about, which was his people. You understand? And so you can take those principles. It doesn't mean that you're going to follow in those footsteps, but you can take those principles. What is something, Prince, that you care deeply and you're very passionate about? Do you know what that is at this time?
What comes to my mind is the place where my parents is from, which is like Haiti. You
Mm.
know, like I was born here, but even though I never stepped foot there physically,
Mm-hmm.
I just always felt deeply connected to that landmass and the
Mm-hmm.
even the esoteric history behind it that's not really put into the forefront. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, some people put it into the forefront, hoodoo, voodoo, whatever you choose to call it. It's a part of our African spiritual system, which is the foundation for most of the spiritual systems on the planet. So it's been put there. So let me ask you, have you maybe explored seeing if you could take a trip there or connecting with others who are from Haiti? I mean, there's international groups that meet all over the world in just about every city and every state. You understand? So, have you thought about sort of connecting with these groups? Hmm.
I've definitely thought about it. I've done little research about like mission groups and
Hmm.
things like that, and I would love to be sponsored to go there to do some
Yeah.
humanitarian work.
Yes. And I promise you, there
Yeah,
are opportunities out there to do it. But you said two things to me, and I'm just going to have to call you out on them. First, you said, what comes to mind? And then you said, I thought about it. Because these are thoughts that are racing in your mind. I'm not saying they're not in your heart and your spirit, because, of course, if your parents are from there and you're feeling this calling, it has to be something that is connected to your heart. But you're doing way too much.
I was gonna say heart, but I stopped myself and said mind.
Ooh, ooh, don't do that.
Yeah, it's
Don't
on my
do
heart.
that.
No cap.
Don't do that. Don't do that. What I'm saying to you is now the reason you're feeling this way, because now it's time to take action. It's time to change something. It's time to do something different. If you don't have a meetup group in your city, your state where you live, then it's time for you to start one, right? It's time for you to start getting on the computer and start doing some research about possibly being a sponsor to come to Haiti. Find out more, start researching if you know the place or roundabouts or have family that is there or where your parents are from, and start researching it. The beautiful thing is we have the internet, and I guarantee you, if you Google right now the internet of going to Haiti and connection with Haiti, all kinds of things are going to come up. So you have to start moving more towards those things that you're seeking, because what you're seeking is seeking you. But what the universe is waiting for you to do at this particular time, your higher self is waiting for you, because that's going to have more impact on you than any oversoul group or anything. And believe you me, when I said that to you, it wasn't for somehow to feel that you were locked into something, because remember, we're all free agents. So we're not locked into shit. You understand? Not even our birth families. But if you feel that
Facts.
calling that is there, and you feel that there's something that's telling you, I need to explore this some more, get real curious about it. You understand? Get real curious about it. And then start taking those steps to do research, taking those steps to take action. And the reason you're feeling like you're moving further away from knowing who you are is because you're not taking action. So I promise you, the moment you start taking action, even this conversation, you're going to feel more confident about you, more into that space of learning how to love you, because ultimately, this is what you're seeking. What you're seeking is seeking you. I know we all have heard that, but also I want you to know that what is at the root of what we're seeking is ourselves, and learning how to love ourselves. And we do that through our interaction with the world, with the world. Yeah. So I'm excited for you. And now I understand why you asked that question. And now you have some things that you can begin to start working on, because that's what's going to bring you closer to an answer. It's going to bring you closer to an understanding. It's going to lead you from one step to the next step to the next step to the next step. And you'll be able to see these steps of where it's leading you. And I think here's the other thing. Know that that's a beautiful place to be when you want to find more about what your purpose is. And I know when you say purpose, you're talking about a divine purpose, because I want you to know that you are expressing your purpose with every thought, with every emotion, with every feeling, with everything you do, with every interaction. That is your purpose. Right now, your sole purpose is this conversation you're having right now. Absolutely. And the same with me and everyone here listening. That is our purpose. But you're talking about your divine purpose that you wish to channel this energy into, because going to Haiti is not ever going to be your purpose. Getting a particular job or having a relationship or building a business, or that can never be your sole purpose. This is our purpose, has to do with us getting to know who we are. And then when we can have that fulfillment, then we filter that energy that we feel with loving ourselves and accepting ourselves and having our self esteem. We filter that energy to things that we want to show up in our world and in our lives. Okay.
Indeed.
Well, there you go. Thank you so much for calling in, Prince. Let me give you some sparkles. And come back and let us
Thank you.
know about, you're so welcome, about what you discover in Haiti. But before you go, did you read the book that I recommended?
You know, I got like maybe 4/5 into it, and it actually got taken from me inadvertently.
Mm-hmm.
Like I let somebody see it in my back seat, and I guess he decided to put it in his bag, and I haven't seen it since.
Mm. Okay.
So yeah, that was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I guess it wanted to go with him.
No worries. I just wanted to know if you ever read the book. Yeah, but thank you. Thank you so much, Prince. Thank you. Hold the line.
Thank you.
You're
Peace.
welcome. Peace and love. Okay. Okay. Good call. Good call. We getting there. We getting there. We are getting there. I am. Ooh, let me get myself together. I'm sitting. I don't know why I'm sitting on my leg, because now my leg is acting like it want to go to sleep. Let's go to the next caller, calling in from area code 8328. 8328. Don't think I don't see y'all over there talking about my skin. 838.
Hi,
Hello, greetings. Who's on the line?
and this is Ashley, Ms.Blue from Houston.
Hi, Ashley from Houston. How are you? Oh, Ashley.
I am, yes, ma'am. I have to tell you so many things, but it's going to be short. And I just want to say first, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So much from the bottom of everything. I have truly no words these days for everything that I've been feeling. Gratefulness is not the word. From what I feel, I don't know how to express it, but I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you.
Over the years, just everything. And I just, you're a wonderful gift to this world. And I'm grateful that I've gotten to be a part of this world with you. So thank you. I really, really mean it.
Thank you.
I really, really mean it.
Thank you. Truly, thank you. And I'm grateful for you as well. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ms. Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I am like, when you talk about this different, like I feel so different, like so different. And the part where I don't have the words for it, and I'm such a wordy-gurdy, see everything, put things together, blah, 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 kind of girl.
Yes.
And it's like everything is so like different, Ms. Blue. I can't even.
It really
It's
is,
so
though.
different.
No, real talk, Ashley. It really is. Remember the show. Now, you may be still too young, but I know you know the show. It's a different world. It's a different
Oh my God, Ms. Blue,
world
that's my favorite, one of my favorite
than where
freaking
we
shows
come
of all
from.
time.
Yes, it's a different world.
Yes.
I can totally feel it's a different world. That I definitely feel that as well. And
Yeah.
then it takes me to Drake. I got high hopes for you, but we gonna see. No, no, no. And I'm
Oh
talking
my
to
God, because
myself. I'm talking to myself. We got high hopes for you. We gonna see. We gonna see. Yeah.
but
No.
you serious though. You serious though,
Yeah.
because it's like that we gonna
Hmm.
see part is
Yeah.
like that's just part of like doubt that I'm like
Hmm.
shifting
Yeah.
over. And the we gonna see is going from the lowest part to the we gonna see to the highest
To
part.
the highest part.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
allowing myself to like talking about college. I feel like I'm in college. I'm so fucking new. I'm so brand new. I'm so green.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I listened to this wonderful podcast yesterday.
Hmm.
The artist Kimbra was
Hmm.
interviewed by I don't remember the lady's name, but the podcast was Anatomy of an Artist.
Mm.
And the way she talked about art as life and her
Ooh.
spirituality and
Yes.
everything, like she might have come into this world as a musician that people know her, but like there's this other thing she's doing, like
Yeah.
podcast, she's doing all these kind of things. And I've been kind of in various ways
Yeah.
slowing down, like to talk about shit going fast. Things are
Mhm.
going so fast
Mhm.
that I've been told to slow my ass down.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to say, for me, things are going so fast that I have slowed down so much, because things are going fast. So I definitely can feel that. So beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I'm so grateful to be on the call tonight because there's been certain times where I've tried, but it's like whether I get on or not, it's not a big deal. But I've been wanting to talk to you just in a quick way to tell you thank you, and then like the space of growth and newness. And one of the things Kimbra said was she has the beginner's mind in that space
I love it.
of newness,
That newness of
childlike,
unknowing.
and
That's
you
called
don't even.
yes, the nothingness. That's what that is, Ashley. It's the nothingness.
Yes.
Yeah, the nothingness. I love it when I'm in that space of the nothingness. When there is nothing, I know nothing. Like I feel like I know nothing. No, look, no cap. I felt that way earlier. Nothing. And the best thing you can do then is surrender. Surrender, because you already know
That's
that.
the
Listen, surrender to it. Start getting curious. And the moment I started getting curious, saying, I wonder if there's a way that I could go to this other platform and do the call instead of staying here trying to figure out something that doesn't want to be figured out. See, sometimes we waste time trying to figure out something, someone that doesn't want to be figured out. It doesn't want to be figured out. So why would I keep trying to figure out something that doesn't want that? It doesn't want it. It doesn't want it. You get it? So when you said that, that sparked that in me. But I want to say something to you, and I'm going to let you finish. But how come you didn't tell me you was writing a book of poetry?
Ms.Blue. So talk about not knowing nothing. Okay, the nothingness, Ms.Blue. Ms. Blue. So
listen, everybody. Ashley got a whole poetry book that I literally stumbled upon because, the IG algorithm is willy wonky. I don't hardly see nobody that I follow. And when I do, I got to jump like I'm about to cross the street because if I don't like the post, as soon as I open the app,
It goes away.
everybody who follow, I don't even know who these people are. You understand? And your post had came down that day and I said, this can't be Ashley wrote a poetry book. Now I know she heard me talking about this poetry thing. Ashley didn't say nothing about her poetry book. So congratulations. No, congratulations. Like you're an
Thank
amazing
you.
artist. I heard you talk about the podcast that she was talking about. And if many of you don't know, Ashley is
And then
an
we talk about stuff.
incredible artist that can sing, that can dance, that can play instruments, that can orchestrate. A poet, what do you call it? She can do poetry and art and
Yeah, poet.
a poet and all of this. And she's beautiful and all of these wonderful things. And of course, let me do this. Because once self-invested, never, always self-invested. And as Priestess Erica
Yes,
so
literally,
eloquently
literally.
said tonight, I'm going to quote her because I don't want to get it wrong. It was so beautiful. She said, you can't unring a bell. You can't unring a bell. That's why once self-invested, always self-invested. So yeah. So congratulations. I'm glad that we're having this discussion. But go ahead. I'm listening now. I'm listening.
Well, the part of like even the way my book came together, this is all like me connecting to me reshifting in my life and actually kind of going for my dreams in a way I've never gone for. And this level of trust and surrender into my heart's desire and into really literally changing my value system.
I love it.
I didn't realize how much I was placing a material space on my value, even though I'm really not materialistic. But then I was looking at where I really was kind of materialistic because I was thinking I was not valuable enough to be loved if I didn't have some of my shit together. And I've come to learn that people will love me if they really want to fucking love me. And people that don't really want to fucking love me will not. And that's kind of where it is. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Yeah. And literally that's been a tough lesson for me to learn. But I'm glad that I'm learning it in this new space because it's like I'm taking a chance on myself. I'm betting on myself. I'm reevaluating my value, and I'm seeing that space where it ain't got nothing to do truly with anything physical that I have, and it has to do with this space that's so deep within me that cannot be tarnished by anyone, even myself.
Absolutely.
And I am listening and quiet enough, it speaks to me. And like it spoke to me this morning and helped me get over a thing that I would have acted completely differently 2 months ago. I would have acted completely differently. And so I'm just taking some really big leaps of faith when my faith has been tested in such a way. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. Grateful. I'm still alive, Ms.Blue, and I still have a chance. And I did not get defeated by love. I'm so grateful.
Let me give you some sparkles. Let me give you some sparkles on that. I absolutely love it. I'm going to give you some sparkles on that. And I'm so excited for this space that you're in. I know sometimes I get overly passionate about the self-love thing. And you, like many who have been listening for years and years and years, have been really sort of grilling that into all of our heads because that's where it starts. That's where it starts and that's where it ends. It doesn't mean that we don't have people in our lives that love us. But one of the things that I will tell you is that everyone is on their journey, and a lot of souls are here learning. You understand, a lot of souls here are learning, and sometimes that learning doesn't look pretty. It becomes messy. It can get nasty. It can get ugly. It doesn't have to, but it can. And we can see that reflection in the world, and none of that is things that we can control, nor should we want to control. But what we can do is to work on that inner landscape. And so I'm so proud of you for doing your internal work, because that's what brings you through. It doesn't mean we don't get heartbreak sometimes, or people don't disappoint us and we don't feel sad about friendships, connections ending, or even realizing that the people are around you not because they like you, love you, but for their own personal agendas. But that we can take pride in loving ourselves and know that we will then find individuals who love themselves, and we can foster some things that are real, something deeper, something deeper, something more divine, something that's deeper than that connection, you know? And that's where you are. You're craving something deeper. Remember, your rejection is always your protection, baby. Your rejection is your protection. I'm telling you, that's one that you can take to the bank, and they will give you a return on that. You think about the things in your life that has rejected you, people, places, things, no matter what it is, that is your protection. That's your protection. I promise you, the greatest protection you'll ever have. So it may feel one way in this moment, but once you're able, because the sun will always come back out, and the sun is that heart, the sun is that heart. And you're going to see that love that shines inside of you. And you're going to realize that a lot of things that they were going through, a lot of things that was happening to them had absolutely nothing to do with you. And right now we're living in a time where people are finding themselves in very uncomfortable situations, and they're looking for someone to blame, or they're looking for someone to express that pain and that hurt to. And this is where we have to stay solid in who we are, make sure we're trusting ourselves beyond and beyond above what anything or anyone is showing us. We have to use discernment. We're going to have to use discernment, intuition. We're going to have to use that. And like I always say, all money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. So it's not about money, but we do recognize that when we do get in that place and we get in that flow, that the things that we want to change in our life, that can change, because we don't want to build this narrative that, yes, we can be comfortable anywhere and we don't have to be attached. I talked about this on my live I did on Instagram. You should check that out. A lot of great gems in there. Not be attached to the material. One time I asked myself so proudly, having my house at the time that I had built from the ground up. And I remember someone asked me, could you walk away from your home? Absolutely. Would I be sad? Yeah, I'd be a little sad. But in the end, I got it once, I can get it again, or I can experience something else. It's not that I'm wishing that would happen, but I'm letting you know that I'm not that attached to the material. You understand? I'm not attached to that. And at the end of the day, we're not really attached to these material things, but they are a representation of our presence here on the planet. And this is how we have to balance that, so we don't end up with poverty in consciousness and fool ourselves into believing we don't deserve anything. And all we're seeking is enough to be happy from day to day. And that's all we should ever want and desire to be. That's not true. You desire and you deserve to have all that your heart desires for you. That's in your greatest good. You understand? That is the greatest good for you. You deserve to have healthy relationships, healthy friendship. You deserve to be around people who love and care for you. You deserve to have a place and a space that makes you feel supported, safe, nurtured. It should be your sanctuary. You deserve to have that. You deserve to do work in this world that fills your heart up, that you can be of service to others. And by the same token, you also deserve to be able to give that to other people. So I always challenge myself, if enough of that is not happening, there's two things going on in your life. And I want you to hear these two things, Ashley, because you're going to know where you fit in. Number one, where are you giving that honestly? Where are you giving that, and who are you giving that to honestly? Because whatever we're seeking, we know that's what we need. So are you showing up as that? Are you showing up as a good friend? Are you showing up as a supportive person? Are you showing up as a person who goes above and beyond to do for those that you care about and that you love? Are you going out of your way for people when you see that you love and you care, when they're hurt, when they're sad, when they're down and need support? Are you doing that? That's number one. Number two, if you say to yourself, yes, I'm honestly doing all of these things for the people in my life, then number two, then this is about you growing. It's about you growing to recognize that there is a balance, and to also recognize that no matter what the weather is, and I know you know what I mean when I say weather, I'm talking about the spiritual weather. I'm talking about the physical weather. I'm talking about the emotional weather is on the outside. What is your weather doing on the inside? And have you prepared yourself and paid attention to your weather of what's going on? Have you weathered your own storms on the inside before we try to step into storms that are outside of ourselves? And that's just a point of recognition. Like, wait a minute. And that's kind of what I'm hearing you did. Let me focus on me. All of these things are not a rejection of me. It's an opportunity for me to focus on me, to focus on me, to love myself, to have that self esteem about myself, to have that self love with myself. And that doesn't exclude you from anything. That doesn't mean because you love yourself, you can't be in a relationship or you can't love other people. Of course you can. You're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're creative, you're caring, you're compassionate, and you hella funny. You hella funny. You hella funny. You understand? So you're in a beautiful space, and I'm so grateful, so grateful, so grateful that I can be a part of your life and your journey, to have made a positive impact. A positive impact. And I'm so grateful for you and your connection. Yeah. Because you've made one on me. So I love that as well.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Blue. Thank you. It's been so hard realizing some of the places where I placed my self-worth that were like quicksand.
Yeah. But
and
and I'm going to let you get it out.
Turning it around. Yeah, just turning it around so that it's like a healthy self-love.
Yes.
And like, it's weird. I've been like watching some like hyper realistic queens, like kind of like extra like Beyonce-ish, like some bombastic women, and like stuff just to kind of like allow myself to go beyond what I thought I could be. And to give myself inspiration, because I'm so like, thank you for saying I'm funny, because I think I'm so funny, but sometimes it don't land. But I crack myself up, Ms.Blue. I really do. And I'm learning more to like accept this part of myself and other parts of myself where I'm not performing, but I'm being authentic, even though people might think I'm performing, but I'm just like literally just living and just trying, not even trying, I'm just living.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And not censoring myself and not even censoring my body and how my body twitches and does weird shit sometimes. Girl, I have to tell you, so, I drive for Uber sometimes.
Yes.
And I kind of have this twitch thing that happens sometimes. And the more that I've been just working on my inner self and that part of self-love, it comes out. I'm not like stopping it, so to speak.
Right.
So some people in my car, I was in Galveston, and, people at the weekends, they like partying or whatever. And people smell in all kind of ways. So there were some smells of some greeneries of some people's in my cars or whatever.
Yes.
So like, these people I got reported on, and I was like driving. I was like, I just had some drunk people in my car. I had some other people in the car. I don't know what's going on. And so I was talking to the Uber people, and I said, "Oh my God!" And like, I had a whole flash of me doing my little twitch thing while I'm driving. And if you watch me do that, you might think I'm about to drive into the water. Like, you might think things aren't going so well. Well, I had to type Uber and say, "Look, I got this thing. It's a little twitch. Trust me, it's okay. My driver's license is fine. People see it, they're going to think that I'm okay. I'm safe driving. Please let me drive." Basically, I just got this twitch thing. It was like my head does this thing. But it was one of those spaces where it was like, you know what, Ashley? It's okay. It's okay that I twitch. It's okay that energy moves to my body so much. It's okay. It's okay. And I don't have to judge myself so much about is this good, is this bad, and try to measure myself against a world that I'm unique. I don't need to measure myself against the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So thank you so much for every part of me that you've assisted. Thank you. And helping me assist myself.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for trusting you enough to trust me. So thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes. So I appreciate you to the utmost. And thank you so much for taking my call tonight. Happy full moon.
Oh, yes. Happy full moon. Let me give you some sparkles. And you're going to have to post your book, send the link or something, so people can find out. Matter of fact, give out your social where people can connect. Okay. I want to do a chat and chill where we have poetry night. We were just talking about this a few weeks ago. And because there's so many poets, so many talented poets and talented on Planet Remix.
Expression.
Yeah. And so that you can let people know about your book and things that you have going on as well. Yeah.
Awesome. So my full name is Ashley Mayadia. And ASHLEIMAYADIA, like Mayadia. And my Instagram is at Yachty Free, YAD as a dog, IFREE, Yachty Free. And I'm on Ms.Blue stuff. I'll probably comment on something on one of her things too, so you guys can find me.
Yeah, do that.
But that's basically kind of where I am for the most part, is on Instagram. And thank you for mentioning it. It was
absolutely.
Like a beautiful godsend leap of, let me just try something. I have all these poems and stuff that I've written over since I've started writing in high school. And so I had some recent ones, I had some not so recent ones, and I picked 14 of them. And there's this bottle cap press on Instagram that I like the way they presented poetry. So they had submissions, and I literally went and sent it in. I was like, I'm typing up my stuff. And I sent it in, and then I didn't hear from them. And I was like, well, maybe that didn't happen. And then they were like, hey, girl, we reached out 3 months ago. You didn't say nothing. But so, you want to do this?
Wow.
And what happened, so much had shifted. When they had reached out, so much was shifting in my life. But I'm so glad they reached out again. I was like, please do it. And then in 2 weeks, it was like, hey, girl, here's your link. And I was like, oh,
wow.
Let me put this out. So I've been sharing a piece of myself, because I'm usually collaborating with other people. And this is one of the first times that I've just been purely this is purely my voice, even though it's always my voice, but this is Ashley on Ashley on Ashley.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I absolutely. Are you still singing with the band? You guys still traveling and singing?
No, the band is on pause, even though beautiful rideshare on my Uber profile.
Yeah.
I have that I'm a part of the band and blah blah blah. So people randomly will be like, "So what's up with that band?" And I'll end up playing my album while we jamming out for the whole ride. And I've been doing that a lot. So we all still talk about it, even though I'm in a completely different space since my mom died, and I'm not trying to force myself to do anything. I'm brand new, Ms.Blue. I'm in a different world, and I'm allowing myself to not force myself back into a space that I am comfortable with, that I know.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying?
Yes, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I love that for you. Yeah. Well, I love you so much. Some more sparkles. Comment under the last live I did. That I think that's going to be the most recent thing. Was the live I did the other night?
Yes,
it's on my reel.
Yes, I actually have that bookmarked.
Yes, you all check Ashley out. She's amazing. Check out her work. Check out her poetry support. She's a big part of Planet Remix family and has been for a long time. So peace and love to you, Ashley. Thanks for calling in.
Peace and love, Ms.Blue. Love you.
Love you. How beautiful. How beautiful was that call? Welcome on in. I see some more of the UK is in the building. Griffin is in the building. Going to ring the bell. And for everyone else who came in for Self-Invested, as well as representing Jamaica. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 9167. 9167. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you are calling from.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can. Who's on the line, please?
Hi, Ms.Blue. This is Joe Graves. And we tried to connect a couple of years ago, and I kept having technical difficulties, and you tried me back again, and we never connected. So here we are in a full moon.
Oh, wow. Look at that. And tell me your name again, please.
Joe Graves. Joe Graves.
Joe Grace. Joe Grace. Well, welcome back, Joe Grace. Always a perfect time. And where are you calling from again?
I'm calling from California.
From California. Welcome.
I'm a California girl.
You're a California girl. Nothing wrong with that. We got a lot of California girls in the building. Trust and believe that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. I'm excited because the first call you had was kind of interesting. You were talking to the gentleman regarding Malcolm X. Because this last week, I have been drawn to listen to some of the teachings of the Nation of Islam.
I love their teachings. Love their teachings.
With the Nuri Muhammad. And I never thought I would be.
Wait a minute. Who did you say? Who did you say you were listening to?
Nuri Muhammad, the student minister, Nuri Muhammad.
Is this a sister or brother?
No, it's a brother.
Oh, I'm not for me. Yeah, I'm not
Nuri Muhammad.
Yeah,
but I was listening. He's not. I'm not familiar with really, other than Louis Farrakhan. Over a period of time. Over different times, I don't listen to him on a continuous basis. And maybe, once a year, I might come across something. So when you started talking about Malcolm X, it was just interesting because the timing that I've never heard you, all these times that I've been listening to you, that's the first time I've heard you talk about Malcolm X with someone.
Oh, wow.
And so here I have it in my mind about the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does this keep showing up on my radar? What's going on? And that was not what I was calling to talk to you about, because I was calling to do it like an energy scan, because I kept having this extreme pain in my left hand. And so really, this is my first time calling, actually getting through.
Yes.
The first time calling, we just never connected. So this
Mm,
is our first time connecting, and I wanted to do a scan and a
okay.
body scan, and yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than my excitement and just actually getting through on a full moon.
I know. On a beautiful Virgo full moon, which um
Yeah.
this full moon, this alignment that we have here is something no one on the planet has ever experienced in any lifetime.
Mm,
Hashtag astronomy facts. Those are astronomy
mm,
facts. You can Google them
yeah.
facts. And just
Yeah.
from those who study astrology, which I do, and astronomy, and this is a lot, and until you just said that, that slipped my mind. I remember maybe about 2 months ago doing some research for this month that kind of came up on the trajectory. And I heard an astrologer speaking about it. Um, and you just reminded me. Yeah. So this is why I know for myself and many here, we've been saying we haven't been able to put into words how we feel. And it's because we've
Yeah.
never been in this space. And a lot of it has to do with a lot of things. But yeah. I don't want to get off track. Let me go ahead and scan that beautiful body of yours. See what's going on with your hands and
Yeah.
in your left hand. Uh in your
Yeah.
left hand.
Left hand.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 So couple of things. One, I want you to think about what your hands are for. And interesting enough, are you ambidextrous?
um, kind of, sort of,
Yeah, because
but I do use both my hands quite.
spirit is telling
Yeah.
me that, yeah, you may have a dominant, but you're more ambidextrous. Spirit is saying she's
Yeah.
ambidextrous.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
used that word
Yeah.
in a while. Yeah. So, and
Mm-hmm.
and and the reason I say that is because this is your receiving hand. This is your receiving hand. This is
Mm.
this is where you're this is where you're vulnerable at. This is when you have surrendered. And so a lot of your
Mm.
receiving energy comes in through that left hand.
Mm.
And you have to allow God, the Most High, the universe, your higher self, whatever you choose to call it, to be open to
Mm.
receive because the universe is attempting to bless you, but you're allowing the past to stifle you from opening up and trying and moving forward in different areas of your life because of past things that has happened.
Mm.
So this is about you surrendering more, and I want you to take a look in your life and see, where can I surrender more? Or where have I been forcing myself to do something for too long that I know it's not what I want to do?
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So no health issues or nothing.
I don't see, well, it's let me preference that when you say health issues. I see energy, so I'm always going to talk in an energy
Mhm.
perspective. Does that mean that
Okay.
something can't come from your arm? Absolutely.
Mhm.
A lot of pain that comes from the left side of the body comes from heart. It comes from the things we're holding in our heart. So these are the things that I'm talking to
Mhm.
you about. You understand? And
Yeah.
you're feeling
Yeah.
some of that from there. Do I feel that you're in immediate danger zone and you need to immediately go to
Mhm.
whoever takes care of you? I don't feel that, but I always want you to trust what you feel you need to do for you. I don't feel that. I feel that what needs to happen is you need to take some time. You need to slow down. You really need to start thinking about what it is that you're thinking. And I want to say that again. You need to start thinking about, why am I spending so much time thinking about this? What things am I still carrying in my heart that I need to learn how to let go? See, because this new moon is really here to tell us about those things that we need to let go, these things that are heavy on our hearts, because
Mhm.
that's a lot of times where we feel these things, they're heavy on our heart, they're heavy on us. And so this is what it's calling you to do, that you have to start paying more attention to you. And you have to start making sure that those promises you made to yourself, as hard as you fight to keep promises for everybody else in your life, you have to fight that hard to
Mhm.
keep those promises to yourself.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I feel like an Oreo cookie, like I'm in the middle, because I'm taking care of my mom and then also looking after the younger kids, and so I always
It's a
feel like
lot.
I'm in the middle, of
It's
holding it all together.
Yes, and it's time for you to rest, really, and see how you can get that
Mhm.
rest. I know you're taking care of your mother. And by the way, she is so grateful for you taking care of her. And I know she doesn't always express that because of the state that she's in, because I show she's in and out of
Oh God.
consciousness. She's in and out right now.
Yeah.
But she is so grateful. And there are places, I don't know if you know this, that you can actually have them take care of her for the weekend so you can get a break,
Mhm.
and they will
Mhm.
bring her back home afterwards, you know, and take care of her.
Mhm.
But I want you to start looking into seeing who else can come help and support you.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, it's time for that.
You said what
It's
now?
time for that. Thank you, Miss. I should know it's time for
Yeah,
that.
it
You're
is.
right.
But she
I
is
need.
so happy. She loves you. Your mother loves you so much. But she says she knows she's in and out.
Yeah.
She knows it.
Yeah.
She knows
She's
it.
a little stinker sometimes.
Yeah, she knows it.
Yeah.
She knows it. She knows it. She
Yeah.
really,
But
really, it's not her, but I can do a whole show on being between dimensions. This is why they call those things
mhm.
dementia and sort of memory loss, because you're going in between
Mhm.
different dimensions. And yeah, yeah. But that's what this is about. Yeah. And so our body is a way to speak to us. It's kind of like, I'm going to give you, this is the last result to get your attention. This is my last result to wake you up so you can stop that. So you can
Yeah.
do something about that.
Thank,
Yeah. Yeah. So you
thank
got
you.
you got to get some
Thank you.
rest. You got to get some rest.
We appreciate you taking the call.
You're so
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
I love you. Let me send you some sparkles. And thank you for calling in. And thank you so much for calling in. And so, what you want to do is you want to nurture and you want to love that left arm and just kind of rub on it and say, I thank you. I love you. I release everything from me so that I can bring in more love and more light of those things that are there. And then I want you to make sure that you make a commitment to yourself to stay present in the present moment, not thinking about the future too much or too far in the past, that you will stay present in the present moment and be right in the present moment. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome. Look at that arm. It's over there sparkling right now. I know you can feel the tingling in it right
Yes,
now. I know you can.
yes, yes. Because
I see
I'm
it.
sitting here in the moonlight too.
I
I'm sitting
see
here in
it.
the moonlight because I said I'm just gonna take it all in,
Yes.
And I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna wait. I was like, if she answers this, if I can make this time, then
There you
great.
go.
If not, then we're gonna try it next
There
time.
you
So
go.
I'm like,
I
okay,
love
tonight's
that.
the night.
I love that.
Yeah,
I absolutely
yeah,
love that. You are doing the work and I love it.
yeah.
So peace and love to you, your family, and to your mother. So peace and love. And here, lastly, let me give you this. Let me give you this, Joe. If you have a hard time, one of those days, that's just not a good day for you, not a good day for your mother, not a good day for the children. When you lay down and go to sleep, in the middle of the night, I want you to visualize, I've been giving this out for years, a cage like a gate on your heart. And I want you to open that gate and I want you to send love to them. And I want you to see the love coming back that you're sending out. And then I want you to have a conversation with your mother that night and say that you want to speak to her higher self and you want your higher self to come in. And so, one of the ways that you can say that is that I want to have a heart to heart conversation. And you're going to have a telepathic conversation with her. And I guarantee you that next day, she's going to give you some confirmation that she heard what you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's confirmation coming what you said because that came to my mind too. I was
Mm,
in the late evening. I was thinking of that,
yeah.
communicating to her
Yes.
differently and speaking to
Telepathically.
her.
She can pick up
Yeah,
everything you're saying
yeah,
telepathically. That's how come she
yeah,
jumped in so quick. Because at first I was thinking, wait, how you talking to me?
yeah.
Oh, I know how you talking to
Yeah,
me.
because sometimes she says some things. I'm like, how she know that?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's been in my head.
Mm-hmm. Because
She'll
when you're
say some
when
things.
you're
I'm like,
in
okay,
that altered state, you can move between consciousness. You can move between
mm,
consciousness. You can they can kind of teleport and move between consciousness and pick up thoughts, and we can do that. We're really getting more into our multisensory abilities. In fact, that's what the 6-week workshop is about, frequency. We're going to be talking about those multisensory energies and how to be able to pick them up, embody them, and understand them. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. So I'm sending you
yeah,
love. All right. So peace
yeah.
and love,
Thank
Joe.
you,
Thanks for calling in.
thank you, Miss.
Hang in there. You're doing an
Have a
amazing,
good,
wonderful
good,
job.
awesome. Thank you. Have a good evening. Have a great full moon weekend.
Thank you. I surely will. It kicked off
Uh-huh.
with a bang. Literally, it kicked off with a bang, but I want to say welcome on into Caddy Williams. Caddy says, hey, Miss Blue, it's been a while since I heard from you. Peace and love from Tanzania. Oh, I love it. And you know what it made me think of? Look at this. Look at this crystal. This crystal came from Tanzania. This crystal is from Tanzania. Tanzania. Wait a minute. Are you the one who sent me the crystal that your father dug out of the ground in Tanzania? Because I still have it. I still have it. Welcome on in. I see we have a lot more people coming in. We're going to keep taking phone calls. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. for coming on in. Coming on in. Coming on in. Let me go to the next caller. Next caller calling in from area code 3477. I don't think I went there. Hopefully I didn't. 3477. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Allie.
Hi, Allie.
From Brooklyn.
You're calling from Brooklyn. Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn girl. Hi, Allie from Brooklyn. Is this
Hi, Ms.Blue. I'm so happy to be on the line with you.
I'm so happy for you to be on. Is this your first time calling in?
Yes, I'm so nervous, but so excited.
Well, let me give you some sparkles. That makes everything better.
You.
Don't worry. Everyone here is a star.
You.
We are all stars. You're a star. I'm a star. We're all stars here. That's what we call ourselves here. We are the stars. We are the stars, the magic making stars, the magic maker stars. Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Yeah.
So, the first time I ever was able to speak with you was on an Instagram Live. And this was May 31st, 2022.
Wow, you remember the date?
Yeah, I took a screenshot like you were like writing on Post-its, and I took a screenshot when you were speaking to me because it was the first time and it was, you know, such an important moment. So I was like, I have to screenshot this in the moment.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't know why. I just, all of a sudden, I started seeing all these bees around you. And it reminded me of today. I want you to finish. I met a bee keeper who had a bee farm. He raised bees and he makes honey. He got a honey farm. And I had an amazing conversation with him today. And I brought a huge jar of honey and he gave me this one, pure honey. He manages like about 6-7 honey, I guess, I don't know what you call them, villages. Yeah. But go ahead. So I had to taste a little bit of my honey.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And might have something to do with what we're about to talk about. I'm so nervous.
I know it does. I know it does. But go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
This is so exciting. Thank you. Okay, so May 31st, 2022, I spoke to you on Instagram Live. I asked you, I said if I had any spirit guides and if there were any of them that wanted to tell me something. You said I had a few, but there was one that was coming through in particular for this particular message in that moment. So you told me you've seen an island and Ford trucks. And you told me to do some research on this.
Yes.
And someone in the chat said, I guess like they Googled it in a moment and like Fordlandia popped up, which was a place that Henry Ford created in the middle of the Amazon, which is literally what you also said. I wrote down everything you said.
I'm listening. I'm taking notes.
This guy, you said he worked and lived on an island or a forest or an Amazon, Ford Island. The special guide, he worked with trees. He learned to cultivate the land. He learned how to structure it, the whole business of it.
Yes.
Something about rooted, a root planted with another trees, something that grew together in some way. And also I wrote here to help build something large, sustainable, plant, herbal, healing, nature. I wrote puzzle. I'm not sure if you said puzzle, but you also said attempt to solve on a global scale, help future generations. You said it was something like Elon Musk vibes, which I thought was really funny.
Wow, because this was in 2022?
Yeah, this was May 31st, 2022.
Okay.
You said he kept very good records, drawing records. Like he was an artist. He drew, and I remember this never left my brain. You said that you've seen pages and pages and pages. And in my head, like, I'm a Virgo. It's funny because of the Virgo full moon coming, but like, I thought it was like a mess, like clutter. I was like, what are, like pages, what's going on? But this was specifically for me and something they wanted me to know. So I looked into it. I see that Henry Ford failed with this mission he had. He never visited this island he created, which was in Brazil.
Oh,
Para
oh my goodness. Yes, go ahead. I'll hold it. Go ahead. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills. I'm
I'm
listening.
the whole time.
Go ahead.
I've had this the whole time. I'm trying to speak clearly, but it's just a lot. So he never visited there, nor did he do research about the trees before he started the planning, which ended up being a reason for the failure. He created he created a breeding ground for bugs because he didn't learn how the trees should be planted.
Oh my God.
In this area, he made a hospital, school, church, and it was like a place to dance. Like for them to have fun, but it was square dancing, which was like his thing and not their thing at all.
Wow.
So, I mean, I know they weren't really feeling it.
Right. I'm in the Amazon. You want me to?
It also paid.
Wow.
Yeah, he paid them so good. And the problem with this was he wanted them to like live there and just keep working. But the pay was so good, they would go back to, I guess, like their towns and just do whatever they wanted, with all the money, and eventually just come back to make money again. And the whole purpose of this was because Ford had everything for his cars but the rubber. And this is where the trees came about, because I didn't even know rubber comes from trees.
Wow.
I didn't know where it came from, but I never thought it came from trees.
Wow. I don't think I knew that. No, keep going. Keep going. This is good. This is good.
And when this first came up, this was also, the dates were, I see, 1928 to 1934, that this was a thing.
Wow.
But then, it just completely failed. And I guess the breeding ground for all those bugs made it impossible, to get done what he needed to get done. And it was such a great idea. But then also, I know he was racist or something, probably, most likely.
Well,
so that also, I mean, none of it makes sense, for him not wanting to even go there. He had this dream, but he didn't even visit the place. He didn't have the people in mind. I mean, it's so interesting. The problem has been, it's so much, I don't know. I don't even know what the message is.
Well, thank you so much. You kind of brought it full circle, and I kind of was going into your records as you was talking about it, because of course I had no memory, and then when you started revealing things, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. I remember now giving.
You told me to do my homework.
Yeah, because you did call in for a spirit guide reading. That turned into an Akashic record reading, in such a way, And let me tell you why, because that I did that is because I realized that that wasn't just your spirit guide coming from there, but you were also there.
Oh,
yes.
Cool.
That's why I was like, oh, go ahead.
Whoa,
Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead. So, a couple of takeaways, but first, I'm going to show you how to unpack this. Thank you so much for bringing this up, because this also speaks to something else I'm working on. But this is what I want to ask you.
And I'm sorry to
no.
Just real quick, I do want to say the last thing was that very next morning, I went to walk to the bus, and the bus was going to take longer than usual, so I walked to the next stop.
Yes.
When I went to the next stop, there was a bench, so I sat down. I look across the street, there's a Ford truck.
Wow. See, this
right
is
there.
that's
So
the
that's the lot. That was what ended it, and I just wanted to make sure I said that.
Yeah. So this is what I want to talk to you more about, where you are, because there's a reason, like you said, that this is coming up at this time in your life, at this moment. You understand? Because if it was meant for you to get through to me, connect with me prior to that, then you would have done it. Okay. Trust that. So tell me right now, what is it that you're seeking in your life?
Well, like the first caller, I know he said, like, you know, I had the same thing. Like, I was thinking, this came up, and I was thinking, like, what was the purpose? Then you said, every action you do, everything you do is your purpose.
Yes.
So it's not my purpose, but like, I'm seeking, I guess, what I always felt, which was like more. Like, I'm supposed to be doing something more. I've always had dreams where, like, I have the feeling and it's so much, and then I wake up and it's gone. I'm back here again.
Beautiful.
And it's like just such a deep feeling. Like, I'm supposed to know this. It keeps coming to me because I'm supposed to maybe be doing
something,
this or something.
Yeah, doing something.
And I mean, there's just always so much I wanted to do, so I just do so much. But it's like,
so what do you love?
Really doing?
What do you love right now? What do you love?
What I love right now, since like all these planets in Aquarius, I've noticed. I didn't notice in the moment. I noticed after. But I've really been enjoying like my video games, like how I used to when I was younger. More like there's more I could do with this. Sort of like my fun is important. It's not just fun. It's like,
yes.
I don't know, like something.
Did you what game do you play, if you don't mind sharing?
Recently I've been on Fortnite, but that's because of like the music and the dancing.
Oh yeah, it's a whole vibe.
Colors, the whole art.
I just want them. I seen where Lady Gaga is going to be in Fortnite. Nicki Minaj has been in Fortnite. You know, yeah, we all get it. We get it. Okay, so that's the game that you play. What else? What else? That's recent. But what do you love doing? I understand that are you just getting into Fortnite, or you?
I kind of, just at the moment. But I mean, I feel like I've always been a gamer since I was young. I love video games.
Well, that's a powerful community. My children are both gamers. Let me tell you, I've watched some of their tournaments online and in person, and that's a whole nother universe that is powerful. There's a really interesting story about Vanessa Williams' ex-husband. I don't know his name. He used to play basketball, but he owns a gaming team, because they have teams. And he's an owner of a gaming team. And they travel all over the world. And they compete in tournaments. And I mean, it's action-packed. I mean, it's more action-packed than any football, basketball. I would say it's kind of up there with the soccer. And we know how we feel about soccer. That's his name. Thank you, Caddy. His name is Rick Fox. If you Google that, there is a documentary, I want to say, or an interview where he talks about connecting with his son. And he didn't realize that the gaming community was this big thing. And when he went there, it was bigger than any NBA game that he's ever been in or played in. So, if that is your passion, I would say do that. I don't know if and I'm telling you that not to
That's
say
one
that
of
that
them, Ms.Blue. There's so much.
well,
I think
here's
that's the
this
problem.
is what I'm going to
Because
tell
what
you.
does that have to do with my nature part?
Yes. Well, this is what I'm going to tell you. When you're doing what you love and what brings you joy, let's say what brings you joy, that's when you're going to receive the downloads on what to do next when you set that intention. Because, see, your mind can't answer these questions. The mind can't figure this out. The mind is going to want to go somewhere else. The mind is going to get caught up in what you're saying. What should we be focusing on? Well, we're multi-dimensional beings. So you could be playing your games. You could be dabbling with plants and dealing with these type of things. You could be doing 10 different other things at the same time, because that's the world we live in. That you will have the ability to do that and then trust yourself through the process. But if you're doing something that you love, you'll make it that thing that, hey, keep playing the game. But you know what? We need to start working on this stuff with the plants. The seasons about to change, the weather. Let's see what we can start. Is it something we want to plant, or maybe we want to look at medicinal uses of plants? Do we just want to go out and maybe go to somewhere and see them in the physical and start looking at something? You have to start getting very good at following inspiration. When your spirit tells you to do something, you need to listen and do it. Not think about it. Not say I'm going to do it two days from now. Not saying I'm going to do it tomorrow, but to know that you're following inspiration. Inspiration.
So when I feel it, it's so.
Oh, wait a minute. We have some answers. Caddy said, I didn't know that I was serious until a couple of years ago. The gaming community is on another level. That's right. Most of these guys are making 6 to 7 figures a year. I know that from my own children. I know that from my daughter who graduated, Baby Blue, from college, who has her own gaming community. She has her own sort of Discord where her friends come in there. She has hosted, she's commentating at tournaments. She's participated in tournaments. Her money she makes from her tournaments, and she is not even nowhere near the top ranking of this. The thing about it is you have to be good. You understand, these kids is good. And all of them ain't kids. Some of them are some old people, old as me, up in there, on them sticks. And while you playing, I got my own PlayStation. Welcome to the nation. Yes, I am Blue Gypsy on PlayStation. So, but seriously, it is a whole nother world. And it amazes me when she says, I'm like, where she this year for my birthday, and she purchased some things from me. And I was like, feeling kind of bad. I was like, dang, you paid all this money from that. She was like, Mom, so what? I was like, where are you getting all this money? From her playing. Listen, we are living in the world of endless possibilities. And I'm not saying that just for money, because she doesn't do it for money. She does it because she loves it. She loves it. She has a YouTube channel. She does that too, but she loves it. And see, when we're doing something that we love, eventually you're going to bump into the abundance of it.
Yeah. So
this
true.
is why you have to follow your inspiration. You have to follow your inspiration, because if you're following anything else, it's like AI. Eventually, you're going to get to a dead end. It ain't going to be able to generate what you needed to generate. You understand? It has to be something that is authentically coming from you. So if you enjoy playing video games, then you got to be all in. Start researching. Look, because I guarantee you got local communities. There are people who are looking to build people on their team. I remember one day I got on the game and they was like, "Hey, you want to come join our team?" After I started acting all goofy, they left me in the parking lot. I said, "What happened?" They like, "She don't know how to play. You can't get on our team." You- they just left me. They left me in the parking lot. And I was standing there just waiting and waiting. Nobody came back. And then finally, one of them told me, "We don't want you on our team. You don't know how to play.
Oh,
You don't know how to play. We need people who know how to play." So, you, unlike me, you really know how to play. You know how to play. And play is going to be your best way to get you in the flow. Being in that joy, how you're laughing now, your energy just shot up. Your energy does that when you do a lot of things. And I don't want you to think about what should I do first. Don't think about that. I want you to say that you're going to know what you need to know when you need to know it. And you need to sit down and you need to set some goals for yourself. You need to set some goals. You need to aim for something. You need to have something that can anchor you in the future. That's what a goal is. The goal doesn't mean that I'm going to follow this straight line, and if that doesn't happen, I'm just going to consider myself a failure. No, you're setting a goal because that is your anchor to take you in the future. And if you don't have an anchor for the future, then it's going to be kind of hard to move forward.
Yeah.
So you need to get some goals. I would say head on over to my digital store. I even have Earth Element, which would be amazing for you to work with since you love the plants and love the outdoors, the birds and the bees. That's probably why I've seen bees all around you.
Yeah.
So it has to do, bees do with plants. They pollinate flowers, and plants have flowers. So all of these things that are coming around you. So you're going to want to, that should have been a beautiful confirmation, because I hadn't planned on picking up my little honey bun here, my little honey
what's
bun
really
here.
funny about that also? Do you know what, have you had Mike's Hot Honey?
I have had Mike's Hot Honey.
Well, Ms.Blue, I don't know. I'm filled with that honey. I've been eating it for days.
It's addictive. Mike's Hot Honey.
So when I seen you had the honey, I was like, "Whoa, what?"
It's addictive. Listen, Mike's Hot Honey is addictive. If you all have never had Mike's Hot Honey, it's kind of addictive. I had to slow down on my Mike's Hot Honey.
Seriously,
yeah, 15 year on me 2010. I know that's right. Yeah. So, but so this is letting you know that you are in the flow. And so that's what synchronicity is, because think about that. That is what synchronicity is. That you can't make these things up. What are the chances? If you would have came here any other day, I would not have a baby honey jar sitting next to me. Not while I'm doing a show. That just wouldn't. And I got that today. Absolutely today. He gave it to me as a gift. And then he told me I can come visit his bee farm. I'm going to do a whole thing. I'm going to try to vlog it when I go out there so you guys can see.
Yes,
I told him I want to come. So he gave me his contact information, told me we can set it up. I can come out and film. I can do all of that. So I want to make it a whole moment. He said he'll let me get my own honey and put it in the jar and all of that. I said, yes, I would absolutely love that. I would love that. Absolutely love it. So what are the chances
that's be cool.
of these things happening? So that's the thing that I want you to think about, is that You're on the right track. And right now you're in that space of not knowing because you're leaving behind a lot of things. And now you're stepping into new territory. That is the first sign that you have entered a new terrain. It's unfamiliar.
Yeah.
You get it? It's unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And so, even though I know we instantly want to go to, we have to find a purpose, we need to get to know ourselves. I also want you to flirt with the idea maybe I'm in a new place, maybe I've grown and start really looking at your life from what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Go back to 2015, go back to 2016. I guarantee you, if you go back from 2015 to 2016, you're a totally different person than you were back
I don't
then.
even know her.
Absolutely. You see that, right? You don't even know who that person is. And so could it be that you have grown and now you're having the realization that, honey, we're not in Kansas anymore. We somewhere else. We somewhere else. And now we get to explore, we get to get curious, we get to, we get to say, wow, what is going to be next for me? Oh my goodness, we get to get excited about what's in front of us, not worried.
Wow. And that yellow brick road is the inspiration road.
There it is. There it is.
Oh my God.
There it is. So that's what I see for you. I see these things unfolding. Look and see if you can take a class in something. Try to see, like I said, if you can find a local gaming community where you can be a part of the community, or maybe you can get on a gaming team of some of your favorite games. There's a lot of plant groups that get together to look at the medicinal things, maybe there's a class you can take in, understanding about herbs and, and understanding about plants and, how we can use them in so many different ways, even mixing them in with honey. You understand? So, it's so much that you can really begin to explore and use this as what I like to call exploratory magic, instead of a time of thinking that somehow you have lost who you are. Because the true fact is, sometimes we need to lose ourselves in order to find our true self. You have lost, a part of you that's not needed, because everything that is needed inside of you will never leave you. It cannot separate from you. You understand? It's impossible. Yeah. It's impossible. Yeah. So let me give you some sparkles. There you go.
Thank you so much, Ms.Blue.
You're so welcome. Peace and love to you. And thank you so much for calling in and sharing that. And the dream portals are all open, and the Akashic records. When you go to sleep tonight, I want you to set the intention to find out more about your connection, past lives, and that spirit guide and that time, and how can it serve you in this moment. And that answer will be revealed for you. So just stay open and know that you will receive that insight of what that is. It'll be there for you.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms.Blue. And I'm calling you back as soon as I can.
Yes, do that. So peace and love. Hold the line. Oh, how beautiful was that call? That was so beautiful. But yeah, y'all, that gaming community, they serious. They be serious. Y'all think sometimes we get serious? You ain't seen serious till you seen serious. And want to say welcome to Sky Blue. Are you still in Zimbabwe? We got Zimbabwe in the house. Tanzania in the house. The UK is in the building. The Marsh Islands is here. All shouts out to all the international listeners from all over the world. Welcome in the building, Johnny. It's time. What processed food? Hot mics is not honey ain't processed. He said it's time for him to break up with that processed food. But I do agree with you on that. Now that's 100. By the way, a brother sent me an amazing track. Well, I digress. They tagged me on Facebook and it had to do with food. I wish I could play it. I don't want to get a copyright strike. For whatever reason, they know I am the soulful oracle. And they be coming for me, baby, when I play their music, which I don't care. But we're gonna follow. We're gonna follow the universal laws with that and work our way around. We're on our way. Let's go to the next caller, calling in from area code 4043. You are live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Hello? Okay. We're going to come back. We're going to go to the next caller, calling in from area code 9083. 9083, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Ms.Blue.
Hello, greetings.
It's Crystal calling from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, greetings. We got Brooklyn in the house. Again, greetings, Brooklyn from Crystal. Greetings, Crystal from Brooklyn. Yeah. Is this your first time calling in?
Oh, no. I've been in self-invested. I've called in many times.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I know who this is. Hold on, Crystal. There you go. Have you always been in Brooklyn?
Thank you. No, I'm working tonight, so I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, wait a minute, because you was about to make me say something. I was getting ready to say, wait a minute, you don't live in Brooklyn. What are you doing? You're working in Brooklyn tonight. You holding it down for us. Well, that's a good thing.
I am.
Yes. How are you, dear?
I'm good. I'm really good.
And you're in the course. You're in the frequency expansion course. Yes, you're in the class. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So definitely after the meet and greet, feeling good. I just kind of wanted some confirmation. A while ago, I think it was probably in self-invested. I was going through a rough time during that time, and he was like, Crystal, your energy looks that of a 16-year-old. And then at the moment, I'm like, oh, that's got to be a good thing, because I kind of equated it to being free and young and fresh. But as I sat with it, I'm like, maybe I need to grow up some. Maybe
who told you? Who told you? Did I tell you that?
No.
Oh.
But then I just kind of interpreted it as that.
Okay.
That maybe I needed to mature some. And I just feel like I have. So I just kind of want a confirmation on that.
I feel like you definitely have grown up. You absolutely have grown up. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself, but having the energy of a 16-year-old, and you're saying that you need to possibly grow up. Think of it this way. Maybe you do need to grow up, but not because you're immature. Because you're thinking of it in a physical sense as opposed to a spiritual sense. Because what do I always tell you guys? We are all doing what?
Growing up on planet.
Right. So to hear it, someone telling me, "Oh, you need to grow up," I'm right in target. That's what I'm doing. I'm growing up.
Right.
I am.
Right,
Thank you.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
It's really a compliment.
Yeah.
This is not this is a compliment to you that you need to grow up. You understand? This is a compliment that you need to grow up. And it's confirmation that you have been growing up. That's, you know what happened? You know what happened?
What?
Your mind answered the question instead of your higher self. That response you
Mhm.
got was from your mind, not your higher
Mhm.
self.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two questions written down. That was the first one. Can I ask another one?
Yes, yes.
The other one was, what is like one thing? Well, not well. Yeah. What is one thing that I can tweak right now that's gonna like just help me with aligning with, my highest timeline?
Say that one more time.
What is one thing that I can tweak that would really assist me with aligning with my highest timeline?
Trusting yourself.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust myself as much.
No, no, no. See, your mind still, maybe because you at work. Because your mind is
I'm in a
taking
gym
over.
room.
You do trust
Okay.
yourself, but this is what can assist you if you trust yourself more. So maybe I need to be clear.
Okay.
Trust yourself more.
Okay.
Because if you notice everything that I'm saying to you, you said that is confirmation. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt that. Do you understand? I want you to start.
Yes.
I want you to start taking a chance on you and saying, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'm going to go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you're in the class, so you're going to be able to strengthen all of that, and you're going to be able to move forward with trusting yourself more. Trusting yourself more. Not that sometimes you won't have questions and sometimes you won't need assistance, because we all need help, everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you will be able to move and have more confidence in some of the smaller things, and they won't bother you so much. I think some of the sensitivity has to do with just the energy that's here, because it's really calling us to look at parts of ourselves. And so you're trying to find if you've missed something, perhaps. So I'm here to, and I know you trust me, to tell you you haven't missed anything. You haven't missed anything, dear. The best compliment in the world is someone to tell you you kind of have the energy of a 16-year-old. Well, darling, thank you. You know, your mind is going to interpret it the way your mind is going to interpret it. Your mind's going to say, you need to grow up. And once again, you are a part of Planet Remix Soul Group. I tell you all the time, we are growing up on planet Earth. That's what we all are doing, is growing up. So yeah, you're right, exactly in alignment with what you need to do. Grow up.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah. Because see, you be ready to fight if somebody told you, girl, you need to learn how to grow down.
Right. Because what does that mean?
Right. What do you mean? I need to grow down. Grow down. And your childlike shows your innocence. It shows your purity. It shows your honesty. You know, yeah. This is just your mind. That's all. You just let your mind take over when it didn't need to. That's all. That's all. No
It didn't
biggie.
need to.
No big.
Alrighty.
No biggie.
Thank you, Ms. Blue.
You're so welcome. I love you so much. Have a beautiful evening at work.
Love you too. I'll be listening in.
Okay, good, good. Take good care of those patients. Love you. Peace and love.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, she's a nurse. I love it. I love it. Let's see if we can get one more call in. Peace and greetings to everybody who came in the room. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Who's over here saying blue? Thank you for that. Thank you for Percy Rossi. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's go to the next caller calling in from area code 502. 9. I don't think I went there, but who knows? Did I do that? 5022? Did I go there already? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Miss Blue.
Hi, how are you? Who's on the line, please?
This is Alicia from Louisville, Kentucky.
Hi, Alicia from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, Kentucky Goddess in the Blue Room.
Oh, you're Kentucky Goddess. Hey, how are you, Kentucky Goddess? There you go. I just think of I am amazing. Thank you. I think about the Kentucky Derby. Yeah.
It's coming up. I wanted to know how many spirit guides I have and if they have any messages for me.
You want to know how many spirit guides you have and if those spirit guides. Oh, easy. You have 10 spirit guides. 10 spirit guides. You have 10 spirit guides, which is a nice number. Let me see if I can give you the breakdown. I'll do that breakdown in just a minute. But you have 10 spirit guides. These 10 spirit guides, whenever they come, they are here. They are here because I keep hearing this song play, A Whole New World, because literally you're in a whole new world.
Yeah.
Literally, you in a whole new world. Like we over here talking about being in a new world, but you in a new world. Like it's real new. For you, you're in a whole new world. It also is about it's about a completing of a cycle. Like you just went through a cycle of endings. And usually that can be the closure, the loss of something, loss of someone, loved one, ending of a job, a career. But there's been a lot of closures, a lot of losses that have happened. And so your 10 spirit guides are here because they are ready for you to literally spread your wings and fly, because you're in a whole new world and they are here to support you. And I don't want to say the word I hear is starting over in life, so to speak, and sort of kind of rebuilding your life. Like literally I see masons with that little, what is that thing that they use when they pick it up and they slap it on there and they spread it on the brick, and it's like they're building it brick by brick, like building this home brick by brick by brick by brick, building it up. And so they are all standing around you in a circle, letting you know that you are loved and supported, and that they are here to help you through this very transformative time. And so you're finally getting to the place where you can breathe again, as Tony Braxton say. You're starting to learn how to breathe again. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of losses, physically, ending of friendships.
Yeah.
Family members. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Ms. Blue.
No, you're so welcome. That's such a beautiful sign. 10 spirit guides. Now, out of the 10 spirit guides, 6 of them are men. 2 of them are women. 1 is a young child, and 1 is something else.
Okay.
So you got a lot to work with. Lot to work with them. They're here to help you. They're here to assist you. They're here to love on you. They're here to support you and to let you know you are not alone. And when I say not alone, I'm talking about in your thoughts and in your feelings and what you have going on. You're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Miss Blue.
You're so welcome. Let me send you some oracle kisses, and I'm going to send you some sparkles. There you go. There you go. Peace and love.
Thank you so much.
Yep. So
Peace and love.
know that you will, day by day and step by step, you're going to make it through this. Day by day, step by step. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Peace and love. Hold the line.
Peace and love.
How beautiful. How beautiful. Let's go to the next caller, 626. 626. Wait, 6266? Ooh, 62666? 26, 26, 26? 6? I mean, 24, 20. Hello, greeting. Who's on the line? I need to go to bed. 24, 24, 24, which is 666. Yes. How are you? How are you? Who's on the line, please?
This is Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia. Where are you calling from?
Oh, am I really on here? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
You are on here. We are not kidding you.
Oh, yes, this is my first time calling in, and I'm watching you, and intuitively, I said, maybe I'll get the opportunity to speak with you, but
And
there
you
was a little
did.
doubt.
And
but
you
it's
did.
true.
And you did.
Oh my God.
You did. Yes.
Oh, Ms.Blue, I'm so happy. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad. Are you Cynthia in the chat?
Yes.
Oh, how beautiful. I knew it was you. I didn't want to call you out, but I knew it was you. You know, you're with family, so you're not being called out.
Yes, it's me.
Oh,
It's
well, so
me.
good. So good. Welcome to Planet Remix. I'm so glad. Well, I don't need to tell you welcome. You've been here. I've seen you in the chat. You real active. So you good. You good. You Gucci. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Nakiba said,
Yes,
now is you. It's Nakiba. Your time is now. That's what Nakiba said. Your time is now. That's what Nakiba said. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually I wanted confirmation as well. My brother transitioned, my baby brother transitioned last March of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of
No.
him
No.
transitioning,
No.
I was
No. Don't tell me. Don't tell
I was there.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was there, and intuitively, it appeared that, I guess I'm going to say telepathically, I think me and him, we were communicating.
Yes.
And I just need confirmation if I actually was communicating with him and he was communicating with me, because it's as if I still communicate with him. And I just want to know, am I delusional or...
Okay. I was trying to stop you, Cynthia, because I wanted to be the one to confirm it for you. Your brother was telling me, and that's why I was like, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to tell you. But that's okay. I'll find something else to tell you. I'll find something else to tell you. I'll find something else to tell you. So let me see. I know this is your brother because he immediately stepped up. Okay. So let me ask you, because, okay, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Why would I see this? Tell me why I would see this. Why would I see, how can I put this? Why would I see, something that appears to be some sort of pills or something around your brother?
Pills around him?
Was he sick?
He was sick. He was my baby brother, and all kind of, I get, he kept saying that he has valley fever. He sometimes would get very forgetful. He lost a lot of weight. I talked to him on January the 15th of last year, and it was his birthday, and I said, happy birthday. I told him that I was going to be there to see him in March.
Hold on. No. Don't tell me no more. I see him holding, but this is interesting. Like the pills are not in a bottle, like he's holding pills in his hand. So
he was on a lot of medication.
Yes. Okay. This is him. That's all I wanted to verify. I'm sorry. This is all. He's just giving me a whole bunch of stuff, but I just wanted to verify this was him. And so to answer your question, yes, he could hear you. Absolutely. Yes, he can hear you.
Thank you.
He heard you when you told him, why didn't he wait for you? Why didn't he wait for you?
Yeah.
And he wants you to know, one, he didn't want you to see him that way. And he didn't want to pass with people around him because he's showing me a family, which I'm assuming is your family, but he's showing me another family, which is kind of like his family. And
it's his wife. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he's also showing me distance. Like he was somewhat distant or somewhat estranged. Was he from the family?
He was, well, one of the last text messages that I got from him is that I miss my family.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm assuming that when he told me that, the meaning that he missed myself and our other siblings, which was our other brothers, and he missed us.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be closer,
mm-hmm.
and I tried to bring everybody. Tried to be as close as I could with him.
Yes.
And he always said he missed his mom, which our mother passed away over 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
And
and he
would cry a lot.
Well, he was alluding to that, of the distance that he felt so distant from everything and everyone. You understand? But he wants you to know that he thanks you for the time that you would call him. Like it was almost like he said, it's Ms.Blue. It's almost like she could read my mind. And just when I'd be feeling really down, you would call him or text him. Like he would get a message from you, and
right.
Or he would feel something and he would reach out and text you, and you would say, hey, I was just thinking about you, or I was just getting ready to text you, or I was just about to call you today. He cherishes those moments. And he said he loves you, he thanks you, but he was struggling a lot, physically and mentally here. He was struggling a lot. It was a lot for him. And, but yes, he can still hear you now when you're talking to him. And when he's telling you, no, don't do that. This is what you need to do. Even though he's the little brother, somehow he felt like he was an older brother. you know.
Exactly.
He felt like he was
Right.
an older brother, and even more so now he does, because he did some very daring things when he was younger, to try to find his place in this space, in this world, and like you said, and missing your mother, and having to sort of kind of find his own way, and that weighed on him very heavily. And this is why he constantly is telling you that he's so proud of you. He's so proud of all these new things that you are trying, that you are doing. He said you have laughed more in these last couple of months than he's seen you laugh in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
In a long time.
I'm going to be laughing a lot more. It's so many things that I want to get involved in, and
Yeah.
I have to really get into some of your courses as well, because I just want to tap into some of my gifts.
Yes.
I've always been somewhat of a doubter, but I know I've been told that you're very intuitive.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going like, yeah, but
you wouldn't be here if you wasn't. This is what we do here on Planet Remix. Everyone that is here, the whole world is psychic. They don't know it yet. My goal, my purpose, a part of it is that help the whole world know that we're all psychic, all of us. What I'm doing, every single person here can do that. Every single person here can do that. This is a part of your birthright. And your brother confirmed that you are telepathically talking to him. And he says he knows you were very, very upset when he passed. And he doesn't want you to hold that in your heart anymore. And he wants you to know he's finally at peace. He has found some sort of peace. And, he is always going to be around his family and loving you guys like the guardian angel he is. He's saying the main thing that he wants you to focus on is your health. He wants you to get healthy, because that was something that he kind of allowed himself to become, was unhealthy. And he's glad that you're taking these steps to become healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's what he wants for you. And he wants you to work into this realm. And he says, hey, tell her I'll help her. Tell her I'll help her. Let me ask you a question. Who has the initials J in the family? Who name starts with a J?
My son.
Okay, because he's acknowledging someone in the family with a J. Please, does he have a birthday coming up?
They have the same birthday.
Oh, this is because
they have the same birthday.
Oh, he's showing me a cake. And he's asking me to ask about a birthday. So whenever spirits show me a cake, so I'm not making this up. That's why I said, tell me about, was it his birthday? Is it his birthday? And he's showing me the letter J. So he's letting you know that he is there. He is around the family. He is there. He is your guardian angel for you. He hears you. He's definitely going to be guiding him, offering protection to you and to him. And so there's some more confirmation for you, because he gave me the letter J and he showed me a birthday cake. And so there you go.
My son's name is Jamel. My son's name is Jamel, and he and my brother have the same birthday, January 15th.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. Because that's what I was going to ask you. Who just had a birthday with the name J, or a birthday coming up? Because when Spirit shows me a birthday cake, then I know that this is a connection with a birthday. And he showed me a cake and he told me, tell my sister about the letter J, and ask her about the birthday and the cake. And that's his way of communicating with you, to let you know that he really hears you. He really is around. You're not crazy. You're not loopy. You're not going mad. He is there. He hears you. And he said he would love for you to do this kind of work, and he will help you. He will help you. He will help you from the other side.
Yes, because I have felt things and have said things to family members, and like, for instance, telling my daughter today don't drive the car this way because something may happen, because I would have these dreams and I see that. And then this happened some years ago, but
Yeah.
she called me back and say, Mom, I just had an accident. I should have listened to you, and there's little things that I've told the family, and, my grandchildren, because I have grandchildren.
Yes.
They even say, Nanny, you're really weird, but so I just want to be able to, whatever I feel, I want to be able to tap into my gifts just more and just be able to help people.
Yes.
And also with that, help myself.
Absolutely.
Don't be so doubtful about my gifts because,
Well, I'm going to tell you, you are in the right place. You can always go through the archives and listen to some past shows. I talk a lot about it here, but to get over to my digital magic store, to the Ms.Blue site, if you go there, I think it's called Digital Magic on Instagram, and the link is here. But just look through the site and see the things that are available. Working with the elements is always a beautiful place to start, because that's going to help you to really train yourself and connect with that energy a lot more. I just started a class, but there'll be more classes as well. So you can begin to start working with other classes, but you're in the right place. You're in the right place to start expanding. I would love to have you.
Yes, I am.
I would love to have you get some of the digital downloads, and you can get them, and they're in small pieces, but it's a lot of work in there. So you can choose air, you can choose earth, you can choose fire. I think water is currently sold out, but those elements are there, and it's other things that are there. And all of my products are to empower you so that you can activate those things inside of you and begin to start working from the inside out. From the inside out and working from that perspective. And that's how. But you're on the right track. Just trust what you're doing, trust what you're knowing. I think the biggest thing is really about raising your frequency, because many of us, when we're first coming into our gifts and our in consciousness, we start out from a place of fear. Right? Just because this 3D world that we live in is so dense. So all of the messages primarily that we get are going to be negative messages. And even though some of those messages may be accurate, it really isn't. It's a misuse of our gift, because the universe never communicates through fear. And even though, I promise you, and people argue this, even if your daughter would have drove that day, and even if an accident would have happened, she would still be fine. You want to get to the place where you can see the positive side of it. Not that sometimes we don't have to communicate it differently to people, but we never want to be in the place where we're communicating fear, because then no one's going to want to talk to you. Like when I was little, my parents would tell me not to tell them anything, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting a lot of things that weren't good. They weren't good at all. You understand? They weren't good. And the truth is,
I do. I understand.
Yeah. So this is just a part of working those muscles within yourself, those intuitive muscles. And that's one of the things that I really specialize in. And all of the products that I have really specialize in helping you tune into those intuitive muscles, those psychic muscles that are inside of you. So I would say, take a look at that. Take a look at that. I would also encourage you to get you an oracle deck. I would say start out with an oracle deck, because oracle decks are all symbols. Believe it or not, a lot of people prefer to work with something more structured, like a tarot deck. And tarot decks you can use as an oracle deck too. But tarot decks work on a specific code. They have a pattern that it's built off of. And so this is it's a learning curve. I didn't agree with the tarot when I first seen it, because it had too many rules. And I felt free when I was looking at the oracle deck, because the oracle deck really helps to build that intuitive muscle inside of you through signs and symbols. And now we have so many beautiful people on the planet creating tarot decks. You can now get that through the tarot deck, but it's good to get an oracle deck because the interpretation is going to be based on how you bring in your spiritual gifts and begin to start working with them, because it's not so structured. It doesn't have this fixed knowing in there, even though individuals who have worked with tarot, and I have taught this in the priestesshood and even self-invested in other classes of how you can work within the tarot and still allow it to be fluid. But I think working with something like an oracle deck or getting that would be beautiful, because you'd be building up more of that right hemisphere that's there. That's a beautiful way for you to be able to do that. And matter of fact, I'm going to be re-releasing my Know Your Magic Psychic deck soon. I don't have a date, but soon. But that's it. And really,
Know Your Magic
that's
Psychic.
that's right. The Know Your Magic Oracle Psychic. It's really a Oracle Psychic deck that is infused with numerology.
Okay.
It's infused with color therapy and feng shui and all kinds of beautiful things in there. But you're on the right track, and you are definitely picking up the right energy. Blessings to your brother as well. And thank him for coming through, because that was pretty big for him to come through. He's kind of proud of himself
Yes,
that
I'm
you,
really excited.
yes, he's excited too. So that is beautiful. That is so beautiful. So beautiful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Peace and love, Miss Blue. I love you.
Love
Thank you
you
so
too.
much.
You're so welcome. You got to come back and let us know how things are going. I know we can find you in the Blue Room. So we are definitely there to connect with you in the Blue Room. So peace and love. Hold the line. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Peace and love. Hold the line.
Okay.
Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful. Listen, soul family. I think that's going to do it. It's going to do it. Yeah, that is going to do it. That is going to do it. Yes, Brittany, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I definitely have it on my list to do. I want to give a big shout out. You guys have a beautiful conversation in the Blue Room. And Caddy, it's good to see you, Caddy. Proton, Coron. Did I say that right? Proton Conron. Good to see you. You guys have a beautiful conversation going on, powerful conversation. Want to give a big shout out to everyone who Chiron. That's Chiron. Oh, okay. I got it. And also to Mr. Styles. We're going to call you King Styles. And to King Styles, bye-bye, King Styles. No, oh, okay, I had it right. Okay, one for Ms.Blue. Y'all know I'm not really from any of these planets around here. My star system is a little far out there. But yeah, but this has been fun. I definitely want to send so much love to everyone in the frequency expansion course. Thank you all. Check your emails this weekend. I will be sending you some stuff out on Sunday. And I want to send love to everyone in the Blue Room. You guys always show up and show out. I love you all. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. I would absolutely love that. Also love to hear your thoughts as well as what's going on, how you're feeling the vibe of this moon. What are some of the things that you're doing for yourself to take care of yourself? And sisters, I got you on that skincare regimen. I think I'm going to do a little mini little talk on that and maybe go through some of my regimens. Y'all know how to make a sister feel good. Y'all telling me my skin is over here glowing, but I did tell y'all part of the secret, but I'm going to give you the steps. I told y'all it's that castor oil at night. Go to sleep, wake up, ta-da. You can wake up like this. But it's so good for the body. It's so good for the skin. I want to say thank you. Thank you for Mr. Dante holding it down. as well. And then, it was something else. I'm going to come back to it. It was something else that I wanted to say. Don't forget to download. We're going to do that. I will see you all in the cosmic streets. I love you all so much. If you didn't get a chance to check out the live that I did on Instagram, check that out. Leave a comment as well. Don't forget to check out the archives on Planet Remix. And don't forget to check out all of the digital magic. So peace and love, soul family. Love you all. And I will talk to you all soon. Peace and love. Ciao.